but realizing too that failure is just part of success. And so how do we step in when we don't have every single answer? We're not risking everything. It's not like we're burning the boats, right? But stepping in to say, how can this be better? What does that look like? So,
When
welcome to this week's episode of AI Because podcast. And so, when I was thinking, you all, when we're doing this, we talk a lot about it on our mission and our purpose of doing this, and it's to simplify, right, from complexity to simplicity for owners of small to medium-sized businesses. So hopefully we can give you digestible pieces of this AI flurry that's happening. So that's our goal. So welcome to the chat this week. And we're going to start off by our round robin just to see what's happening because as you can see, we're all around in different areas. Michael's in Mexico, Manoj is still in India, Steve's in Dallas, Greg's in Canada, and I'm at home in California. But we've got different perspectives and we're involved in so many different things, especially because of our day jobs as well. So I would love to kick it off. Let's start with Michael. What's happening in the world from your perspective, or what are you playing with in the AI space right now? What's got you excited?
I am just reflecting on 2024 because 2024 I think is gonna go down in history. Like it'll be a year that humanity have switched the try like there is gonna be it was a major shift and it's still shifting
Mm-hmm.
on a big fast scale. Like in 1 year, so many people now have AI agents and AI assistants, and there's I keep remembering what Elon Musk said recently, which is he has a vision of having more of those for people to so they can so be more technology making income for people. So there is a major shift
Mm-hmm.
happening from 2024 and down. I won't say up or upward that way because it's not down. No, it's a lot of major shift happening. Just gonna keep it simple as that. Not much on that I want to mention about AI, but about 2024 because 2024 was a big deal for
Yeah.
humanity.
It's so funny. My visual that came to mind for me is if you're grabbing gears, right? And so we went to first to fifth and like boom.
Yeah.
It's like boom, boom, boom. It's like, okay
Yes.
then. So we're up at top speed and have not topped out. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm
Yes.
feeling too.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Greg.
Yeah, it's a similar mindset for myself. I mean, the advancements in the last 3 months have just been absolutely incredible all throughout the Gen AI space. The text to image to video is absolutely the worst it's ever going to be, and it's really amazing what's been coming out the last 2 or 3 weeks. I mean, Google's jumping into that too with a really impressive uh, presentation that things are happening so quickly, and the quality of this imaging is just incredible.
Yeah, yeah, thank you. It's so funny. Right before you said this is the worst it's going to get, I think that's a hashtag for 2024. Because I've heard it so much, right? As the rapid change that's happening. Yeah. Steve, how about you?
Well, I'll just accentuate everything that Michael was saying, and I can you can just look at the recent 12 days of OpenAI, right? So that was for those people who might not know. OpenAI had a 12 days of OpenAI right before Christmas, in which they made a product announcement every day. Okay, and so they kicked it off with day one to formally launch the zero one model, and the zero one model is a reasoning model that's good at advanced mathematics and programming for those who may not know. And
Yeah.
so then they had a series of announcements, including I think day four they introduced the Sora, the video announcement, but then by day 12 they had introduced the 03 model, and the 03 basically is a whole new level over and above 01 and can program better than 99% of the programmers in the world, right? So just look in just to as a microcosm of everything, the 12 days of OpenAI and how quickly even they're advancing, right? So
Yeah.
we're just in for a period as unbelievable as 24 was, 25 will be even more rapid.
Yeah.
So anyway,
It's so funny. It's like the flywheel effect, right? Is that you
Mhm.
get the momentum going and we're just flying through that. My brain
Yeah.
went to this. It's like you think about Costco, and I think I mentioned the last podcast, I kind of joked around, but Costco got ready for the 12 days of Christmas with their specials and what they're promoting, right?
Mhm.
That preparation compared to the boldness and the courage that it took for OpenAI to commit to their 12 days of Christmas with
Oh
product
yeah.
launches, night and day.
Oh yes.
Night and day, because as you've got an opinion on Sora, it's interesting that they went through that because that's bold. That's
Mhm.
that's very bold to do that. Yeah, thank
It
you.
is.
Manoj, how about you?
Yeah, no, I'll go into the specifics of the text to video AI
Yeah.
tools, especially with the 12 days of, we talked about one of the days was launch of tool Sora from OpenAI. And that's what we have been experimenting. So we've started using it in our small business from a marketing perspective. And I want to show a few examples of what we've created for our loving bakery, Cambria Crumbs.
Oh,
I
I
like
love it.
that.
We're
Mhm.
gonna
Yeah,
open that
yeah,
bakery. We're gonna
yeah.
open that bakery.
Mhm.
No, I love it. I think the thing that stands out for me, and like you mentioned, we're gonna give you an update on Kai, our AI assistant hero that for us, as well as go into Microsoft Copilot, some further on that, and then some stuff on Sora, like Manoj just mentioned. For me, it's interesting as I go back because during my day job, if you will, it's coaching clients, leadership development stuff, and I think for me, it's making those connections with people that I've done more so recently, and challenging leaders and organizations, or at least challenge is probably too strong, encouraging leaders or organizations to take a look at the functionality they have. For instance, if you already have Microsoft in your organization, 365, what does it look like to overlay Copilot? If you already have Copilot, what is it to increase the amount of usage and the functionality that it has? Because Manoj, I don't know about you guys, but what I've experienced is people get these tools and they don't even scratch the surface of what they can do with them. Because I don't think that the training comes along with the purchase of the tool. And so lately it's been encouraging people or exposing people to functionality that they didn't know existed. And just stuff, one of them was just knowledge management across organizations. I look at Microsoft Copilot, Notebook LM can be one, but Microsoft Copilot, because it's so integrated with what's on the share drive, you make knowledge management so much easier. All of a sudden, it's like we don't have to tag or anything. I mean, we can literally just find it with this tool that overlays what we already have. So it's exciting stuff. So I think that's the main thing. And for me, challenging doing more with Opus Clip. There's some bumps in the road that I'm doing with shorts, but for the most part, it's so much better as I'm getting more used to doing it. And so I think that'd be a demo for future stuff, is to record that so people can see how easy it is to create shorts. I've had some learning lessons through it, as we all have, but to create shorts out of longer content that you may have. And so if you're a business that's doing kind of promo stuff and you're recording this chunk of stuff, what does it look like to separate it out? So it's just really exciting stuff. So
Yeah.
Manoj, I'm going to kick it over to you you're going to do a combo of Sora and then Microsoft Copilot on the latest stuff. So off to you, sir.
Let's do it. Okay, so what I want to show today is some examples of output from this new tool, which got launched recently called Sora. But I want to extend it to what we covered in one of our previous episodes, where we looked at how to create images for the Cambria Crumbs bakery we have been using for demonstrating how these AI tools can be used in a small and medium business. So these were the examples of images we had created in Midjourney. But then images only go so far. I mean, they're great, but moving images, or creating videos, can be many more times effective than just creating images. And so far, it was still not, the technology was still not there where you could start using it for day-to-day purposes in a small business. But I think with Sora launching, and then Google has also launched something in the last few days, which we'll also cover in the next few days, I think the technology is there where at least the innovative small businesses who want to then stay ahead of their competitors need to start looking at this technology. And that's where, you know, we, as your AI mentors, we want to be your guide on that journey. So let me then show examples. So this is where you can go to Sora, and then you're able to see the different videos the community is creating. But what I want to show is something that we have created for our bakery business. So in this case, if I open this particular video, and this is the prompt I created where a young girl child feeding cupcake to her golden retriever puppy dog. Scene is a modern and friendly looking bakery. So it's a simple prompt, but of course, if you want to start using this for real life marketing, we need to do a little bit more work on that prompt, which is called prompt engineering. So we can help you with that. But once you do the prompt, and then you can specify how long you want the video, the quality of the video, the orientation of the video, and then Sora will go and generate a video. So in this case, this is a video of 5 seconds. And you can see it's not there yet, but it's still early days. So if you spend a little bit of time, you can get videos out, which you can then start using on your website. You can start using on your internal training courses, your marketing material, and so on. So that's one example. Then this was another example where a young girl child, face covered with crumbs and cream from cupcake. She has part of the eaten cupcake and then is looking at the camera with a surprised look. Scene is a kids friendly bakery, and then it creates this 5-second video out of that. Okay, just a couple more examples. So this was an example where I just said that just show me a camera eye view of a flying drone flying through a house made of bakery products. And then I just gave some examples of bakery products. And then it just created a video like this where it's a house made of bakery products. So this is where then you can also go a little bit more imaginative. If you don't want to create realistic type images, then AI can be great because it'll be very difficult to create these type of videos.
I mean, that's not realistic?
Realistic in the sense, yeah, with people and like a house of bakery, bakery products.
I mean, this looks like something out of Willy Wonka. Is that you
if
would
it's
have,
getting me drooling,
yeah.
if it's getting me drooling, it's realistic.
And this was the one
Oh, yeah.
where male and female bakers, they're smiling and standing together, holding various bakery products in their hand. So with the experimentation we did in the last couple of weeks, we at least see that we can start using it. So at least for our small business, you know, we've now started using it in some of our LinkedIn campaigns. We'll see what sort of response we get, and then we're going through that learning curve of how do you actually get good output, because this technology is only less than 2 weeks old. So we're doing that learning. But if there are small businesses, medium businesses who want to start using this and you don't want to go through that learning curve yourself, then let us know, and then we can organize a 1-hour, 2-hour course where we can get you up to speed on how to start using this tool for your small business.
Manoj, what's the cost point if people are interested in stepping into it?
So at the moment, if you have your ChatGPT Plus accounts, if you're paying $20, then about 50 video generations are included in that price point. But with the limitations, so you can only create 480 pixel and 720 pixel. So for some of the high-end marketing campaigns, you may want to create a higher resolution. And for that, you need a $200 a month subscription.
That's a huge leap.
That's a huge leap, but then you need, like if you're doing, like Coke type quality, then you may need that. But for a lot of small businesses, you may not need that.
Yeah.
Especially in the initial days where you're experimenting, because you're learning and then you're creating, you're getting familiar with the prompts. That at least in that initial learning journey, 720 pixels should give you a good start. But then if you're running a campaign, you just subscribe for a month. You don't have to subscribe it for a whole year. So. Yeah. And create all your videos in 1 month. And then $200 compared to the cost of hiring studios and actors and doing all
Oh, yeah.
that
And
without
time too. Yeah. And time.
Yeah.
And the
is
50
Yeah.
is per month, right? The 50 limit.
yes,
That's per month. Okay,
yes.
got it.
That's a lot of videos, by the way. I
It
mean,
is.
that's
Yeah.
a lot of videos per month that you could sprinkle in.
Yeah. They're short videos, but it's
Yeah.
still a lot. Yeah.
Well, and I think
Yeah.
that's what you want, are short videos. Is there a max on the amount of time each video is?
Yeah, with the $20, you can go up to 10 seconds.
Okay. Okay.
But then, yeah, if you want 15 or 20 seconds, then you need the $200 subscription. So that's where if you plan your marketing video generation properly, that
Yeah.
if you expect everything to be done in a month, then you can subscribe for 1 month and then just cancel your subscription and get all your videos.
But I wouldn't be surprised if in another year we're sitting here talking and those limits have gone up by 10x, right? Like,
Oh, of course. Yeah,
Mhm.
of course.
yeah,
Yeah, and there are a lot of competitors in this space now. So
right. Things are moving
and
quickly.
Sora is not the best. So there are other
Right.
better alternatives also. We're just covering Sora because it's the new one which just came
Yeah.
out. But we can certainly provide guidance, yeah, if any small or medium businesses need help where you want to start using these videos for your social media marketing, your
Mhm.
websites, your marketing campaigns, then we can certainly help you get started on that, fast track that learning curve.
Yeah. So if people were to want to test out Sora, how would they do it? Would they just go to Sora.com? Would they do it through their OpenAI?
You still have to get an account, right? But
For
if you already
Sora?
have a if you already have a Chat GPT account, it'll recognize it, but there is an enrollment process.
Okay.
Side.
Okay. So you do
Yeah.
have to register and sign up for a Sora account.
Yeah,
Okay.
I did. It wasn't a long process, but
Yeah, so
And I
you
know you
just
have an
have
opinion
so
on
if you
Sora.
already have you have the ChatGPT Plus account, then you can just go OpenAI Sora in your search
yeah.
and then just click on Start Now. And then you already have an account. You can then click on Login, enter with the account you have, and then you'll have access to the Sora functionality. If you don't have a ChatGPT Plus account, then yeah, you'll have to sign up with that
They
first.
made me go through a registration process, even though I had one. But yeah, it's not a long process, regardless.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, it's
Cool.
fairly easy to get started.
I love it. All right. And what's next? Manish, you've got further stuff, functionality for Microsoft Copilot.
I want to show Microsoft Copilot and how you can use Microsoft Copilot in PowerPoint presentations. So of course, you will never use a PowerPoint presentation fully generated by AI, but it can definitely generate 60–70% of the content. And that's where you can have a lot of time saving and productive gains. So to demonstrate one example, let me go into PowerPoint. And then I'll just create a blank presentation from scratch. So if you want to then first select your company template. So if you want Copilot to generate PowerPoint slides in your company branding, then you select your design. So in my case, let me just go to designer, and then I'll just pick, let's say, this particular design. So first you pick your design, which has nothing to do with AI. It's a standard Microsoft functionality. And then you go to Microsoft Copilot. And this is where, let's say if I was a project manager, I was responsible for opening a new store, and I have to now create a presentation for the senior management team on what are the different activities and stages we need to execute on a project to launch a new bakery store in the city of Austin. And then I don't want to start, creating my presentation from scratch. Then that's where I'm writing a prompt here, create a presentation providing details of a project plan to launch a new bakery store in the city of Austin. The plan should provide details of all the activities that should be considered for opening a new store. So for demonstration purposes, yeah, we've kept it simple, but for real life, we'll need to have a little.
We are expanding. I love it.
Prompt, yes. So in this case, if I submit this, then we will then give Copilot the work, and then it'll go and look at its memory and knowledge repository and whatever it knows about creating projects and project management and launching a new bakery store. It'll come and create the set of slides. So in this case, I can see my Copilot has generated 15 slides, and then it has created the images, the template, the title, and then it also creates the notes for each of the slides on what you can say when you're making this presentation to your senior management. So if you go through, it gives you an overview. So it's saying that, okay, we need to start with market research and analysis, identify our target audience, evaluate our competition, find location and store design. So it'll then go through all the guidance of what you need to consider in terms of the project to open this new store. And then what you can do is use this as a 60-70% start. So of course you will need to then go and tweak some of this content. And right now I've only used this content based on its internet knowledge. But if you already have a template or an approach in your organization for when you're launching your new bakery store, or if you already have a project plan for the last 3 stores you have launched, then you could also use the internal documents or the internal project plans you have as a starting point. And then the presentation can be a lot more specific for the knowledge base of your organization. Okay, so that sort of is one quick example, and I just want to show one new functionality which they added recently, that now you can also create images using AI, which you can then insert in your PowerPoint. So if you don't like some of these images, I can then just click on create an image, and then I'll just paste this prompt of, let's say I want a prompt of freshly baked tray of croissant. And then I can use the color palette to say that, okay, if this is my branding colors, then use these branding colors. And then I can submit that.
Whoa. Oh,
Okay.
I'm experiencing the same symptoms again.
Okay, so we see that, yeah, it gives you 4 images, and then if you whichever image you like, you can click on that image, click on insert, and then that image will appear on your PowerPoint presentation, and then you can place it wherever you want on your slide. So if you don't like the stock images Copilot creates from its stock library, then you can also create images then which are very unique and specific. And AI can then create those images, and then you can make your presentations a lot more appealing and compelling. So that is what I had, Michelle, to share 2 examples.
Yeah, I love it. I was thinking of
Nice.
doing like training and development stuff, and right now it's like going over to Chat GPT and for Dolly to be able to produce images, or you can go into Midjourney. And if you don't need this over the top whatever, it's a pretty cool thing. So it opens it up to where you don't just have stock images anymore that everyone else has. You can create something that got generated for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and the good thing about
Again,
being
yeah.
part of PowerPoint is it's just within your workflow. You're already you can stay within the
Yes.
same application.
Yes. Yeah. You
Yes.
don't have to go to another
Yes.
tool and
Yes.
copy and paste, and yeah,
And
absolutely.
and currently, if nothing else got developed, like Copilot so far is like the new Windows. Remember when new Windows came? Like it was a long time ago, where you can create where you can have your business operations and everything in one ecosystem, Excel sheet, Word, and now with AI.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah, that's what Microsoft says, that yeah, they are creating a new we're creating a new style of working, a new way of working compared to what we are used to.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you. And I love exposing
you,
people to
Manoj.
different things so that they can improve their workflows. So thank you very much. So we'll take a look. We're going to go into update right now on Kai. So Greg and I got together, and we're going to be putting Kai onto our AICS website. And so Kai is going to be the AI assistant hero. So in order to do that, we went back into play.ai. And we did a few different things. So this is, I'll talk you through the recording of what we did, and then we'll be able to interact with Kai. So we went into voice agents and play.ai and selected creating a new agent. So the agent that we created, obviously his name's Kai, all caps, because it's KAI. The voice that we selected was Russell. So we want to make sure, just like the last time, that voice Russell is the one that we're going to be using. Then we uploaded the image of Kai that we created. So this is Kai. I love his friendly little face. So we uploaded this image. And you can obviously crop it too. You can do other images as well. We didn't. We just picked this one image. Made it public, obviously, so anyone can talk to him. And then we went to the behavior piece of it, as we did the other week. So the initial greeting, we went ahead and pulled from the other agent we had built, and then obviously changed his name to all caps. So it's part of his brand. So then the other part, after you do that, we just checked to make sure it's what we wanted, is the AI agent prompt. And so this is one that we had done last time. We had made a few updates to it. But it's describing his tone, you know, how we want to interact. It is professional use cases that we're doing with this one. And then we went to knowledge. So with Kai's knowledge, we'll start off with first, if you select internet and processing, there's different places you can go. Chat 4 Mini is less expensive than the other one. And so for what we're doing, this works fine. We expanded his knowledge. So we went through and looked at, we had 2 knowledge sources before. So we looked at the knowledge sources that we had, just to make sure, hey, is this saying what we want? Then we also created additional ones. The box that we just checked in guardrails was to say, you know what, we don't want you going outside the knowledge that we're providing you. So a cautionary thing, make sure that the knowledge that you're providing, so we have 8 different sources, is comprehensive enough, because Kai now is not going to be able to help Greg with his vacation in the Bahamas. So we set our time zone then, and we just confirmed that that's what it was. That will add the knowledge, so of what the caller gives us, to the knowledge information that Kai has access to. So we need to be specific about this, right? Because otherwise he's just going to know the knowledge that we have. The additional actions that we're going to be setting up is we set up Calendly to be able to schedule the discovery calls. We're not going to use a phone number right now, but this is something you can do. And this is the code that we're copying in order to add it to our website. So we'll have the functionality to where people can interact with Kai, our AI assistant hero, on our website. So just realize it's fairly easy to do. You can do customizing styling. This is of the button that's going to be on your website. And so the text too, on the actual text button, we said, talk to Kai, your AI assistant hero, I think is what we called it. Or our AI, there you go, our AI hero. So this is just what's on the button that people can select when they're on our website. Didn't add anything on the conversation help text. And we went ahead and previewed Kai. So this right now is just what Kai's going to look to. You can see, talk to Kai, our AI hero. And so on the website, this is what people are going to see. And then we just went ahead and created it.
Hi, my name is Kai, your AI assistant hero with AI Cloud Strategists. What can I do to help you today?
I have a bakery and I'm trying to understand how AI can help.
That sounds great. I can help your bakery in many ways, like optimizing inventory, improving customer engagement, or personalizing marketing. What specific area are you most interested in?
Probably customer service.
Perfect. I can enhance customer service by using chatbots for quick responses, analyzing feedback, or even personalizing customer interactions. Would you like to learn more about any of these options?
Not right now. What I'm actually wondered about when you were just talking is we have people calling in for orders ahead of time. How can AI help with customer orders?
I can streamline your order process by automating taking orders over the phone or online. It can also manage schedules, confirm deliveries, and even suggest popular items to customers. Does that sound useful for you?
It does. I'm curious though, how would I identify how AI can help in my business?
You can start by looking at areas that take up a lot of time or effort, like order management or customer inquiries. Identifying common customer questions and feedback can also help pinpoint where I can make a difference. Would you like more ideas on this?
How do I learn more?
You could explore online resources, attend webinars, or even reach out to AI specialists. I can help you schedule a consultation with our team for tailored advice. Would you be interested in that?
Yes. How do I do that?
I can help with that. Can you share your name, contact info, and any specific goals you have in mind? I'll set it up for you.
All right.
Lovely. Wow. So
What,
that
well,
Love
was a
it.
website for anybody to interact.
yeah, well,
It's a
what's
live
cool
example.
about it is we went around, we wanted to be able to test because we did cut him off from the web.
Yeah.
So we wanted to make sure that he would be able to answer questions and engage based on the knowledge that he had. And so it's exciting. I think it's you know, at the point that we're at, it can set it up. We'll set it up to where Kai can then send over to Calendly and people can book a 30-minute discovery call. So it's, to me, it's like this: if you're a small to medium-sized business, who's your front line? And the fact that you can now have people not have to play that role and manage the phones and the calendars, but somebody else to engage, answer basic questions around functionality, and then be able to set up an appointment, a Zoom call. You know, we set it up on Zoom. It can be a phone call through Calendly, but to be able to do that, and then we can still be doing what we're doing and not have to, you know, be answering that call and do a discovery call. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's on your mind, guys?
How does the commercial work, Michelle? So the one we did, you were able to do it for a fee, or this was without any fee?
Which
This,
commercial? What do you
this-
mean?
like, did we pay anything to add this to our website? So there's a certain number of minutes you get for free.
Yes. So
Like,
yeah. So what we're doing, so you might be able to embed it, but we have our person who manages the website, Bliss Branding. And so we're sending the code to them and they will go ahead and set all that stuff up. What we're doing still, because it's a test for us, is we're operating within the 30 minutes a month that we get for free on the free plan. So what we're trying to do is test in, like you're doing with Copilot or Sora, what can we do on the free plan? And the reality of it is that whole conversation with Kai was a minute, right? You can do a lot and a lot of touch points with people. And if you think about it, not everyone's funneling to your website. There's different points of contact that you have. And when they do, that's a great first chance. So if we get to a point where we've used up our minutes, then we can look at a paid plan, but we don't need to start off there.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
No.
And especially that you have access to the whole script of all the conversations that happened when you were not there, when
Mhm.
when Kai was taking care of it.
Yes. Yeah.
We can establish that there's value and then start paying after we establish the value.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Greg, what about you? What's on your mind, sir?
Well, yeah, just to make sure that we have the knowledge base that's going to answer the questions, right? We, and this testing phase, we would like to spend quite a bit of time, you know, doing that and not, I mean, the way you addressed your questions, I thought was really well. It was generalized, right? And it allowed Kai to make his own decisions on his response.
Mm-hmm. We went into, Greg highlighted too, and we were going through it. And so this is just something to think about. It's like Elon Musk with the computational thinking, right? So we actually went into ChatGPT. So use your resources that you have, right, to be able to help form it, because the knowledge doesn't all have to come from you. It can come from industry knowledge for whatever your organization does. So it can be general industry knowledge as well as knowledge that you have around your organization. But Kai also has just the problem solving breaking down of computational thinking, because we knew we were limiting him based on, you know, the fact that you don't have open access to the web. So here's the stuff. So we try to be thinking about, when you're talking to someone about problem solving in the consulting world, especially, what kind of questions am I going to be asking? How do I need to think and drill down? So we'll see how it works. I'm excited. So
Yeah,
this time's
it's
great with you guys.
scalable.
There's so much happening. Michael, was there something on your brain?
I was just saying it's scalable because it's also not it can be leveraged so many ways through the website, we can add him on our meeting here, and it will be a resources for
Uh-huh.
all our back ends documentations and information that we're working with. Either could be a project that we are very built in, and what about this? How far are we going with this? Who's been like, but that's a person. It's not like
Mhm.
any application who's managing projects and tasks. He can be like replying all the information on the spot
Mhm.
with who's doing what, right? And what's remaining. What's the next task for Steve? Next task for Michael needs to do this and this and catch up on that. And it'll be on the call. Someone who's
Yeah.
already well informed of the whole business operations and other resources.
You know what? The other thing that came to mind for me is healthcare. And when you've
Yes.
got regulation changes for like health plan design or Medicare or Medicaid, the health plan stuff, people have all these questions. You have health plans that people have questions on benefits and what things are covered. You could literally load up all the information that you have, and then the AI assistant can engage with, the person calling and not ever get to the point of frustration that maybe a human might after they think, I just answered that question 3 times, right? Kai's going to come back and give another way to describe it. So I just think those possibilities, and then we can have humans do the more challenging work that we're capable of. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. All right, guys. So one
Yes.
last thing. What do you want people to walk away with? What stands out for you? What are you most excited about in the coming stuff? Michael, start with you.
I'm grateful for 2024. Very, very grateful. I'm looking forward for 2025.
Me too. Yeah, because it'll be 2025 when we chat with people next. Thank you, sir. How about you, Steve?
Yes, that's the last one.
Doing things that I haven't done before. So yes, all sorts of things, whether it would be a new application, or any number of things. So I would
Cool.
say this will be a year of first time things as well as relationships. So
Yeah.
mhm.
You've said that a couple times because you said it earlier. I recently did a podcast with leadership soundbites, and the topic of it was, and there was based on a quote, as AI increases, so must emotional intelligence.
Yes.
And it
Well,
speaks to what you're
Nice.
talking about, is that human aspect has to come along with it.
it's like in times, especially in times of turbulence, um, timeless values are just essential. So
Yeah.
relationships, critical thinking, the AI, as intelligent as it is, someone still needs to direct the AI, right?
Mhm.
And that's where the critical thinking is involved. And
Yeah.
the other thing is AI has a lot of information, but information does not equal insights, right? You still have to apply it to your own situation, right? And so it takes a level of thinking to do that. So
Well, yeah, intuition and gut
yeah,
feeling and all that other
yeah,
stuff.
all that other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks. Manoj.
Yeah, I think for me, it is still solving business problems, because AI can be overwhelming, right? I mean, there's just so much going on. But what we're trying to do very diligently is stay focused on, okay, what is the business problem? What do we need to do in the business? So if we're doing a webinar in January, so we want to now maximize, okay, how can we maximize the people who register for that webinar? How can AI now help me with that? So then using AI towards a specific business topic or a business challenge or a business project, that sort of is where we are staying focused on. It's very tactical, but
Mhm.
it's needed. Otherwise you get lost in this ocean of what is happening at AI, and then you just spend all the time learning and not so much time applying. And that sort of is what we keeping that focus. And I think that's what we also recommend to all our small and medium businesses, that don't worry about all of these technologies. You identify that, okay, this is a challenge, that you want to increase your social media following, you want to increase the documentation of your products, you want to increase your customer service. So think about that business challenge, then you can come to us, and then we can guide you that, okay, how can AI help to address that business challenge?
Well, because otherwise, to your point, it's moving so quickly. People just may be waiting for it to settle down. It's almost like, but
It'll never.
waiting on that stock,
Yeah.
to drop, and then all of a sudden you realize, oh, I never did. I totally missed it. So yeah, it's not going to slow down. So it's like, where do you just step in and start
Yeah.
You
trying
know,
experimenting?
yeah,
Yeah.
and also identifying which business, because not every business challenge can be addressed with AI today. So that requires a little bit of thinking to say, okay, I've
Yeah.
got these 7 challenges. Where can AI give me the highest return that
Yeah.
you can then also guide, because you don't want to waste time on challenges where your AI is still immature and you can't get a lot out of it.
Yeah. Just wait
And
3 days or 12.
I read in a book a few years back, just about 5 years ago or so, that the human brain through every day goes through about 20 gigabytes of information.
Wow.
That is that's a few years back.
Mhm.
So I cannot imagine the number now, but that was so much overload on that brain to do the creative thinking and other things. So imagine if that can be delegated into AI for information resources, for retaining even much more than that, but the creation part and the delegation and the decision making can be now more with an informed
Mhm.
background through AI, is a huge shift for
Mhm.
humans.
Yeah. We'll have more energy for the fun stuff. Yeah. Thank you. Greg,
Yes.
what's on your mind, sir?
Well, we're at that time of year where we're looking to make New Year's resolutions, and my input to this might be for business owners to um, maybe take a little different approach, if not maybe running your business, but finding ways to expand your business and letting AI do some of that monotonous kind of routine thing that's taking up a lot of your time and effort. We could help you streamline that. Every business is unique. Every business has got a little different set of problems. We'd like to talk with you and break things down to little
Yeah.
smaller pieces that allow you to learn about AI one step at a time. There's just no decision that's wrong when you're making that first step into AI.
Yeah. Yeah. We're here to hold your hand. Yeah, no, I agree. It's so funny. We're talking about New Year's resolutions, and my brain went to, I don't do resolutions, I just have a word for the year. And so 2023, it was yes. And then 2024, I wasn't done with yes yet. So it was hell yes. And so that's what I've been operating in 2024. People around me go, oh, that's why you're showing up that way. Right?
I
And
must have been something wrong to
I
have
know.
no. Why am I getting no all the time?
No, there was no. There's just not, it's just hell yes, Steve. Very strong with an exclamation point. It just feels like a no. And I think the word for this year going into it is something around the lines of instilling that positive motive, definitely, right? Because there's so much that we can still step into that I want to be able to step in. And I don't mean, and it's with, I think about you, Manoj, with Risk Spotlight. It's still being cognizant of risk and being careful, but realizing too that failure is just part of success. And so, how do we step in when we don't have every single answer? We're not risking everything. It's not like we're burning the boats, right? But stepping in to say, how can this be better? What does that look like? And just to believe that it can be. So, maybe definitely is not the word. There's a really power. So, if you have a suggestion for my word for 2025, just message me. But it's something that's going to keep me moving forward. So anyway,
Yeah.
appreciate the time, guys. It's going to be 2025 the next time we come in the room together. So happy New Year to everybody. Hopefully you have a happy holiday as well, or had one. And then until next time, this is AI Because. Please like, share, subscribe, and have an awesome freaking end of your year. Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
See you soon.
Bye.
We got the spark in the circuits now. SMEs listen, we'll show you how. A new wave rising, it's clear and loud. AI's the future, let's make you proud. Data and dreams combined in the air. From cloud to code, oh, we're everywhere. Innovation driving, we're breaking ground. With AI tools, let's turn it around. AI become a use. We're powering your moves. Tech that's here for good, bringing all the moods.